Sup lads, it's your boy Bandana-Boi, and Spain versus Portugal ends in Spain taking one of the most boring 1-0 wins in World Cup history. I wouldn't say this is the worst game in the World Cup so far, since something like Canada versus South Africa existed, but this game was by no means entertaining. I don't know what both teams were doing, and the play was just so bad. If I told you that this game was between the defending Euros champions and the defending Nations League champions, you wouldn't believe me. These are the two biggest international European competitions, and both teams that won them are currently ranked 3rd and 7th respectively. And oh my goodness, I wish I didn't watch this game. In the beginning, the play actually looked good in the first half. Spain was dominating the midfield much more than Portugal, and advancing forward, they looked promising. Even though they weren't scoring, it felt like, oh, it's just a matter of time before they get a goal. Coming out the second half, the play died down by so much. Portugal dominated a bit more. At that point, they were basically just taking turns, dominating the ball. That's if you can even call it dominating, because they weren't doing nothing with it. The chances were so bad. Both teams, whenever they would reach the opponent's third, looked like they were clueless. They kept passing it to the back, passing it to the midfield, even when they're inside the box. Especially the Spaniards, since they had much more chances than the Portuguese players. They looked like they were lost. They looked like he gave them a controller and told them to play a new game for the first time. They didn't know whether to pass it, to shoot, to track back. They didn't know what to do. And it was not fun at all. In the first half, there were some good saves by both goalkeepers. I gotta give props to Diego Costa, the Portuguese goalkeeper, and Unai Simon, the Spanish goalkeeper, because they both had some great saves. Because in the first half, the quality wasn't too bad. But in the second half, goodness gracious, I have never not wanted to watch a game more than this. This is easy in one of my top 3 worst World Cup games that I've watched so far. It's up there with Canada and South Africa. I think Canada and South Africa takes the number 1 spot, and this probably sits around 2 or 3. It's unfortunate that one of these teams is gonna advance. It really saddens me. I watched something like England versus Mexico, and I am distraught that one of these teams needs to exit the World Cup. And then I watch a game like this, and I'm distraught that one of these teams is going to advance to the quarterfinals. Even then, their next matchup is against the winner of USA Belgium. Both teams, I don't think, are playing the best. There was this weird overruling with USA's red card for their main striker Balogun, and if it gets overturned, then I do think the US is winning because he is their best player. But even then, Spain is playing one of these teams, and they might make it to the semifinals without any real challenge. The group stage was a cruise to them. They had Saudi Arabia, Cape Verde, Uruguay. In the round of 32, they had Austria, and now they had a pretty weak Portuguese side. And they might be rewarded even more. People come at Argentina so much for having an easy draw. But man, what's going on with this World Cup? I swear almost every other round of 16 game I've watched has been much more entertaining than this. It's just this one happens to be not the greatest. In the second half, Nuno Mendes unfortunately goes down with an injury. Even Yamal didn't look like himself today. They won, but it wasn't exactly through his brilliance. Nuno Mendes goes down and he gets subbed in for Nelson Semedo. I wish him a speedy recovery. Lamine Yamal, he didn't look that good down the wing. And the goal they got was from their substitutes. It was from Ferran Torres linking up with Marino. And it was a good goal. But for you to tell me that I watched the entire game just to see that goal in the 91st minute, goodness gracious, if you weren't a Spanish fan, then I am sorry that you had to watch this game. Tough luck for Portugal. They get knocked out the World Cup. This is probably Ronaldo's last World Cup, and it's over. There's no longer gonna be another World Cup with Messi and Ronaldo, and one of the GOATs. Ronaldo has already left the pitch. So, tough luck to Portugal, and I wish them the best moving forward. And congratulations to Spain. I will be hate watching. I'm not gonna lie, I will be hate watching Spain. I hope whoever wins from USA versus Belgium ends up beating Spain because I do not want to see them play any more than this. Even the games that they won against like Saudi Arabia, where they won dominantly like 4 or 5-0, even then, the play wasn't phenomenal. And you give these teams a pass in the group stages and maybe even the round of 32 if their opponents are easy. But when it's Portugal, and this is the level of display that you're showing, I don't want to watch the game anymore. Congratulations to Spain. Whether I like the play or not, they have advanced the next round and they are now in the quarterfinals. Let's hope the play improves and there are only 3 games left in the round of 16 before we reach the quarterfinals. I hope the quarterfinals are a blast and tell me what y'all thought about the game. I didn't find that entertaining, but maybe some of y'all saw something that I did. With that being said, lads, I appreciate y'all, I love y'all, and that's all from you boys.